Your boost sends tingles. You spur raisins toward the source of the disturbance in the liquor sphere, and find a little still hidden in the pines. Ooh. Hello? Jar Moonshine. Hey! Okay. It's a still for turning moon into moonshine. Requires moon bits.
Ew, I don't have that.
Alright. Well. The middle of the woods is not where you'd expect you'd find a goblin with a big pompadour haircut, wearing a spangly sequined suit and cape, and doing a dance that involves a lot of pelvis thrust and butt wiggling. But yeah, that's what you found. Hello? Why, hello there, glad to meeting ya. I don't really know what's real anymore. Talk to it. Maybe not hearing of me? Being Gelvis, big-time goblin entertaining her. Pleasure to meeting you. What you two doing? Singing. Out here in the forest for practicing. Hearing a song to wanting? Sure. The goblin sings a rowdy honky-tonk style song that you can't follow very well. But it seems to be about either a jail or a hotel and either some shoes or a dog. I don't have Hornswogglin. You decide to leave the goblin to their whatever it is. Damn it. Alright, wandering again. New location? You see wisps of smoke rising above the pines nearby and spur raisins over to investigate. The source is a little shop nestled deep in the forest, almost as though the proprietor doesn't want customers to find it. You jot the location down on your map so you don't forget where it is. Halloway's Hideaway. Well, if it is a shop... Ooh! Oh, that's right! Yay! Squirrel droppings. Off you go. I don't need to see that. Well, if it is a shop, I might be able to gain my 3rd level in lockpicking. Might. Oh. It's a bit of a sad place, but... Are you Halloway? Howdy. Name's Halloway. Hap Halloway. Sorry for the chittering. I ain't seen another person in a long time. It's not surprising. This place is pretty secluded. What do you do here? Mostly I sell pine cones to squirrels. He frowns. Alright. Halloway chews on something he'd stored away in one of his cheeks. H. Halloway? Halloway, I found the silver pin that I think belongs to you. Oh, dang it, I was hoping not to see it again. I locked that up with the keys inside on purpose. Too many bad memories. I appreciate the intention, that's real kind of you. But go ahead and keep it. Is it something to do with why you live out here with the squirrels? I just don't feel comfortable in regular society no more. Well, I won't pry further. Let me see what you're selling. Clip-on bow tie. Oh, he sells needles. He sells shovels and pickaxes. I have those. He also sells pine cones. I have a strange feeling that I have a strange feeling I'm gonna need one. If you've ever seen the 2000s movie Rat Race, I think it was 2000 straight up, there's a scene early on in the Rat Race where 2 of the contestants in the Rat Race drive past a lady who is selling, I think it was squirrels, either squirrels or hamsters, and because they are not buying, because they feel like they don't need it, and also they consider her weird, she gives them the wrong directions, and they drive off a cliff, where the last sign they see is you should have bought a squirrel or a hamster. I feel like that's the situation where this something like a pine cone would be useful for. Well, I did not mean to talk to you. I meant to leave. Goodbye, sir. I'm still getting the latency issue. Hoping it won't be an issue. I haven't edited the videos yet, so I don't know. Your transponder beeps, indicating a spot to the west where you're riding now. Your spur raises in that direction and encounter a large hexagonal monolith of El Vibrato material. Curious flat plane. I'd keep going, but I'm not. I'm not animated for climbing. Okay. This ladder is missing about 70% of its rungs. So dangerous. Call OSHA. It's not. Ooh, hello. Oof! This poor explorer didn't make it down the ladder in one piece. Ooh. Another large hexagon. Could that... I need a battery for that one. Oh, but the teleporter still works. And apparently I have a cylinder. Weather adjustment terminal. Increased weather adjustment. Maybe? Oh, hello. There's a big El Vibrato gizmo sticking out of the ground. It's got a button on top. The machine makes a little ping sound and... Oh. Well, I'll be. Listen, I ain't no weather expert, but I know enough to tell when it's gonna rain, and that was not on schedule for today. All I did was push a button on this gadget I found. Didn't your ma teach you not to push strange button you find in the middle of nowhere? Well, no. Okay, we made it rain. Hooray! A strange noise over the next hill makes you pause. It sounded kind of like a gunshot, but less bang and more peow. You creep up to the spot cautiously and find a goblin fiddling with a large pistol with magical sigils engraved all over it. The goblin seems to be adjusting one of the sigils with a small engraving chisel. Hello, what doing? To adjusting new pistol I'm making. Making yourself? Yes, pretty good at it, can't self-saying. This gun is looking pretty good. Is a gun for buying? Yes, also for selling. 600 meats. Well, I could cheat him out of it for free if I had Hornswogglin level 5, but I don't. I do also have the meat. Plenty of meat to buy this. The goblin engraves one more sigil on the gun before giving it to you, but you think it's maybe just their initials. Okie dokie. Well, if we don't wander into a combat encounter... Aha! Come on, one more location. What? Off the trail's shoulder, you see some ancient petroglyphs carved into a rock. They seem to translate my last R-E-S. Speak to the one that's alone. Intriguing. Oh, and so close to a level. A snake. A cobra. Well, this will do. Blammo! Good medicine, that's fine, but I wanted Hornswogglin. Give me a new location. A tree next to you explodes in a shower of splinters. You turn your head slightly to regard a stump with a hatchet sticking out of it, then turn the other way to regard a large bear that threw it at you. On second glance, you see that it isn't a bear at all, but a big muscular man with a giant beard and bearskin pants. Howdy?
You think you're gonna take me alive? You got another thing coming, pal.
What I was thinking was more like, what should I do for lunch? And oh, that's a nice tree.
I know you're one of them bandit hunters. You ain't gonna catch me hibernating.
I need Hornswogglin. Do I need to grind? Yeah, probably. I didn't want to fight him. I mean, he did say he was a bandit. Your eye catches a small wooden object at the side of the trail, and you stop to take a closer look. Turns out some kid lost their bandolore, what you would call a yo-yo, but the modern patent for that won't happen for another couple of decades. Do some sweet bandolore tricks. You spend a few minutes planet hopping, looping the loop, and the three-leaf clovering. It sure will be nice when they invent one of these that can sleep properly, so you can split the atom and bite the pants. I have to say I'm not familiar with yo-yo slang. I know around the world, but that's the only one that I know. You're approached by the shambling skeleton of a man with a lumber axe and a big bushy beard. So it's either the skeleton of a lumberjack or the skeleton of one of those Johnny-come-lately axe and beard fans. Bearded skeleton. That's a lot of muscle. Let's make it a bit more of a one-sided fight, shall we? Thank you. Am I seriously under-leveled for this? I really need to get Hornswogglin. That's the main thing that I need. A burly lumberjack fellow has set up a table in the middle of the road with a sign that says Toll Road, one arm wrestle. He grins widely when he sees you and plants the elbow of his absurdly muscular right arm in the middle of the table. You sit down across from the lumberjack and clasp hands. I'm not bothering to do the dialogue here because it's all etc. Long story short, you eventually manage to force your opponent's arm to the table, and he graciously gestures for you to continue on your journey. How nice of him, in the wide open space that is the West, that he allowed us to pass. Please give me a location. Ooh, you cross paths with Wandering Sally. Hey! Excellent! There's both a location and a shop. Sigilled pistol. That is useless. Sure, I am glad I spent 600 meat on that thing. Okay. Is there anything that I can sell? Stock certificates, yes. I also should look at what she has. No books. She does have needles, but I don't think I'm in short supply for once. Do I need... Yeah, I don't think I need these all. I don't think I need 2 hammers. I mean, as much as I like them. 2 shovels? Maybe not. The foul pistol. Nah. There's really not a whole... Oh yeah, definitely that one. So I definitely need to grind something. Well, that wasn't exactly what I had hoped for. We can probably sell the sigil gun if I could find it. Sigil pistol. Oh! It was worth less than a tenth of, well, a little more than a tenth of what it was sold or what it was bought for. There seemed to be quite a bit here on the desolate, lonesome coast. Shall we try and grow to Frisco then? Sure. Oop. Riding along the trail, you pass two cowboys who are shooting craps. By which I mean they're having a contest to see whose horse can crap the farthest. Ride away coolly and nonchalantly. You keep riding without any acknowledgement of what you've seen, barely even an eye roll, very smooth. That'll do. So we've never actually been to Frisco. Oh! Frisco city limits. What's the hitch, Smee? What's going on, Smee? This fancy band called himself the Emperor, and he won't let us build our tracks up to the station. Can you see if you can talk some sense into it? I'm on it. Who the heck are you? I'm Emperor Norton, and I'm in charge of the city. You can't build any tracks here without my permission. An emperor? Where's your crown then? As it happens, I lost my dang crown. Fool thing didn't fit right anyway. But without it, I can't issue any official permits, and that means no rails for you. Unless, of course, you were to give me a new crown. A properly fitting one. I don't have any crown, sorry. Well, I guess that just tells it, don't it? So, not only do you not get that permit, but also, he reaches into his pocket and grabs a handful of powder, which he throws in your face. Your eyes burn. Have a taste of my famous anti-virus sucker. Your vision goes all weird and you pass out. What was that? When you come to, Norton is gone, and so is the train. What? Yeah, it was a play on Norton antivirus, which is just worse. Where'd the train go? The lunatic stole it. He drove off somewhere into the desert. Norton's gone off the rails. He points to a set of deep ruts. Off to the side of the railroad tracks. You walk over to investigate, but you can't see it because of this weird hexagon thing your eyes are doing. You should probably get that checked out, boss. That Norton fella said something about an antivirus. Maybe someone around here knows something about that? Yeah, probably. Projectionist. No. Clumies. Comedy flyer. Hold on, what? Yeah, no. This is something you found on the ground in Frisco, which means that in the absolute best case scenario, it's garbage. You read the garbage. It turns out to be a flyer for a comedy shack up north of Frisco. You jot down the location on your map, then throw the flyer away. Wasco's Comedy Shack. Okay. Clunsey. Sorry, no darts. MGMT. You don't look well. Yeah, and I can't see well either. Oh no, did that rascal Norton do this to you? He was raving about some sort of anti-virus earlier. Any idea how I can fix this? Do you know the fella named Roy Bean? The one that collects kinds of jelly beans? I think maybe he's got one made of honey and it could help you with your predicament. That makes zero sense, but I suppose I don't have a better plan. Well, first off, this lady has a rock in her whiskey. Whiskey on the rocks. Whiskey on the rocks, eh? Haha. That was a little funny the first time I heard it today. So by now it should be a laugh riot, right? Mm-hmm. Seriously though, why are you ruining that whiskey with that rock? I'm not here to drink. I'm doing important research. What kind of research do you do? I'm testing the effects of various liquids on hypercrystalline thermophoric diorides. Today's liquid is ethanol. Maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm guessing you're some kind of scientist. Good guess. Specifically, I'm an arcanogeologist. Magical rocks? Hey, not bad. You got it in one. Dr. Josie Morton at your service. I'm Rainbows. My second guess was going to be buttholes, but rocks don't have those. Not typically, no. Morton, huh? Any relation to that Emperor guy? Who? That was a weirdo outside calling himself Emperor Norton. Are you asking me if I'm related to someone because our last names rhyme? Well, not anymore. Have you met the professor? The guy researching El Vibrato out by Gustafson Gulch? That's him. His work is really intriguing, but our fields of study don't overlap as much as you'd expect. No? I thought El Vibrato would be right up your alley. There's all kinds of magical rock and that stuff. Yeah, but those rocks are heavily modified by El Vibratoans. My interest is in magical rocks in their naturally occurring state. I see. How's your whiskey experiment going? Not great, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting much. This test should really be done with pure ethanol, but it's too hard to get that out here. So I'm trying whiskey just for the heck of it, but the impurities in it would screw up my findings even if I had any. Well, that's a shame. Hey, your rock just turned blue. That's unrelated. Hypercrystalline thermomorphic dioride turns blue every 23 minutes. I have a colleague who patented a design for a watch based on that property of it, but a 23-minute watch isn't very useful. Plus, you know the whole cancer thing. Cancer? Yeah, did you think I wasn't drinking this because of the flavor? It's because I don't want a tumor that can yell its own name. Do you need any help with your experiments? Sure, I can always use some more samples. If you find any interesting rocks, bring them to my house. Dr. Morton's house. What counts as interesting? I haven't seen any rocks that turn blue. Oh, just anything a rock doesn't ordinarily do. Moving around on its own, defying gravity, displaying rudimentary intelligence. What about a rock that plays the banjo? Have you seen a rock that plays the banjo? Oh, no, I was just whatever. Jeez Louise, don't get my hopes up like that. I'll swing by if I find any interesting rocks. Huh. She pays her tap, fishes the rock out of her whiskey and leaves. You decide there's no sense in throwing the bath water out with the baby, and you pocket the whiskey. Whiskey without the rocks. Ha! Spittoon! Oh boy, another spittoon. Let's go. What's with the excitement? I've given up. This is the last spittoon in the game, and I'm not going to try to convince you not to be the most disgusting person on earth anymore. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah! Search that filthy spittoon! You kneel down on the floor and throw your arms around the spittoon, giving the greasy brass bucket a great big hug. How about a kiss? Would you like to kiss it? You know it, baby. You pucker up and give the spittoon a great big kiss right on the rim. Is the tongue involved? Well, I'll leave that up to you, but even without it, it tastes like a burning horse. I love it. I know you do, friend, and if it were legal in this country, I'd let you marry that spittoon and have a beautiful romantic honeymoon night with it, but unfortunately you're going to have to settle for wearing it as a hat. Yes, please? Ah, it's Mr. Qa'Rajh. You flip that beautiful brass bucket over and slap it onto your head, drenching yourself in hot brown tobacco spit. It washes down over your face and hair like a sewage waterfall, soaking your clothes, running down your collar and slithering into your underwear and filling your boots. I can't even force myself to describe it in any more detail than that. You are the world's foulest human being. Congratulations. Hooray! A Frisco fracas. Drunk gunslinger and a drunken oaf. Well, guns are dangerous, fella. You should be really careful with them. Also, I still need to grind, so... Yeah. Buddy, that's not how you melee someone. Now, he did bring a fist to a sword fight, and... I suppose that wasn't entirely fair, but... who cares? I won. So it's not in here. Can I even enter? This is a nice station. Too bad there's no train that runs to it yet. Yeah, because this train is... Well, the train is gone. Okay, Roy Bean then. Wait, what? Jellybean tried out? That was not... Oh. Your elder battle device. Sure, let's a fight. Ah, big one. Hopefully it will bring me closer to Hornswogglin level 5 so that I can actually start just swindling my way out of these encounters rather than having to fight them. I mean, these invited encounters was always going to be fighting. How do you rain any line of that last jar of jelly beans? What? Oh! Does this jelly bean really cost 6,000 meat? Well, normally it does, yes, but I guess seeing as how you helped me with them bandits and goblins, I reckon I could drop the price to 2,000. That doesn't sound too bad. You hand over the slightly more reasonable amount of meat and get the jelly bean. Is this the one that can fix? A rare, expensive jelly bean made of the honey of the Paraguayan murder bee. You eat the jelly bean and your vision immediately clears. Modern medicine really is amazing. Okay. Well, that really didn't do much. I have yet to open my third eye completely, so I can't do much with the shroom cave. There's plenty here that I can't finish because A, I don't have Hornswogglin level 5 and I don't have Lockpicking level 3. Let's go to Wasco's Comedy Shack. Hopefully we can find something to go. Sure. Snake whip, oh, that is nice, but it's still not Hornswoggling or lockpicking. Howdy, howdy. Wasco Shaft is the name and comedy is the game. Are you here for a real thigh slapping good time? Alright, hit me. You hand over the meat and Wasco clears his throat. Okay, so a skeleton walks into a bar and the skip bartender says, wait, it's a horse, not a skeleton, sorry. Anyway, after that, the bartender asks the horse, hey, why are your face so long, buddy? Wasco takes a bow. Wanna hear another one? Alright, hit me. Alright, a guy walks into a bar and the bartender says, sorry, we don't serve goblins here. Oh, I forgot to mention the guy's a goblin. The end. Another one? Sure. Okay, here's a good one. Take my wife. Please. Please? Wanna hear another one? Anyway, I just flew in from Canada. Canada? Yeah. Which is weird, right? Because people can't fly. Except for in balloons or gliders, I guess. We won't have actual airplanes for at least another couple of decades anyway. That's it. Wasco, you're real bad at this. What? No, I'm not. You're bad at the stuff you do. Dumb things, probably. Come on, let me tell you another one. Okay, so a guy walks into a bar and he asks for a beer and a mop. The bartender says, what's the mop for? And the guy replies, because I'm a skeleton. No, that one is actually kind of... It's not great, but I mean, it's better than the other ones so far. Sure, one more. Boy, it was really cold yesterday. You're supposed to ask me how cold it was. Was I? Ah, no. Okay. Well then. Let's see if we have something for Dr. Morton, was it? Oh no, this is another Hornswoggling and I don't have Hornswoggling level 5! Ah! You ride past a woman who is running along the desert trail on foot, and although I say running, it's a slow run with an odd loping gait. She's dressed oddly too. No hat, just a thin strip of fabric tied across her forehead, light clothing and strange soft-looking boots that barely even come up to her ankles. Everything alright? You're running away from something. Something pretty slow, like maybe a desert tortoise or... No, I'm jogging. What? Jogging. I invented it. It's like slow running. Where I'm from, we just walk. It's better exercise if you go faster. Not fast enough to actually get away from anything, though. But full-out running wears you out, and that isn't healthy. It's healthier than being eaten by a bear. Look, I'm not being chased by bears. I've never been chased by a bear. Yeah, that's obvious. You're alive and not mangled lumps. This is about physical fitness. Bears aren't an issue. Okay, you're right. Thank you. There aren't many bears out here in the desert. Pack of coyotes, though, you'd be in real trouble. This is a frustrating conversation. They tear you to shreds even without those goofy-looking shoes. I designed these myself. They're not goofy. They're pretty goofy. I mean, what good are they if you can't even run properly in them? Well, they don't prevent, and they certainly aren't going to protect your ankles from coyote bites. They'll be perfectly good for kicking your ass. Gosh, all this exercise made you kind of belligerent. Get down off that horse. How about we see if you can catch me? You ride away. The jogger runs after you for a bit, yelling, but as predicted, she can't catch you. Gotta be the shoes. Yep. Ooh, there sure is a lot of rocks around here. Hello, what is this? Some kind of drilling machine. It seems to have taken a real beating. This doesn't seem natural. Do we... Oh. Whoa. A fancy high-tech electric light. Does these new lamp things usually need to be... Don't these lamp things usually need to be plugged into something? Yes, but I modified these to run on ambient arcanolithic radiation. You see how they work more reliably the closer they are to that diuretic resonator on the floor there. Yes, I understand this. Hey Josie, what's up with these boots? Oh, it's just an invention I lost interest in. What do they do? They're supposed to make you run really fast, but I couldn't get any significant boost out of them. You're so close, though. Oh yeah? Sure, just gotta hook this wire up to the spring and twist this flag a little and bob's your uncle. Huh, clever. I'm still not interested in them. You could keep them if you want. Speed is not really a great thing. It really just matters whether you're going first or not in combat. That's it. I don't think I've ever yet faced any kind of challenge in this game that required speed. Okay, it's the same story. How about some books? Nope. Okay, so we don't have any interesting rocks in our inventory yet. It looks like this part here is more or less scouted out, which could mean that the last probably 2 or 3 locations down here are story related, seeing as I'm not getting them while wandering. But I mean, I am getting experience. This is not really useful, but I mean, it's still something. Alright, what can you do? Nothing. I'm not gonna waste resources on these guys. But it does make Susie stronger. And I like that. Rest in peace, cows. Okay, well, Gah! That's an unfortunate thing where that Kingdom of Loathing also had. You had times where you were like, oh, this is going great, the story is moving fluently, and then you're suddenly coming to a point where like you really need to grind. And it's kind of jarring, and it is so in this game too. I mean, in part, it's my own fault because I'm doing the balanced, the computer setting my stats for me. So I can't decide when I level up what skills to take. Which means I just have to grind until I have the skills. And some of the skills, like lockpicking, I think I need a book to even do that. And I think I got that book, but I don't think it works. Let's just check our inventory to see if that isn't true. Let's see. Where will that be? I don't even have it anymore. Okay, well then I most certainly can't read it. Biscuits. Ah, there's a long way to the next level. An ancient seaweed-draped skeleton is shambling toward you, hissing and moaning. I guess we must be near the beach. How do you determine where the desert stops and the beach begins? I don't really know to tell the difference between desert sand and beach sand. Seaweed-draped skeleton. Not today, sir. A sea skull. Decent if I was a bean slinger, but I'm not. So it's pointless. I mean, I still have it, I can steal it, but that's about all it's good for, so okay, oh, double score. Well, I'll end this episode here because it seems practically impossible to continue without grinding. So I'll grind off camera, and when I return, I will have at least Hornswogglin, possibly also foraging, and hopefully also lockpicking. But until then, take care.